Now, I mean, Lampard, I always thought he would be a manager.
Really?
And I think he'll be, obviously, question marks over whether he'll stay at Chelsea this year. But I think he'll end up being a good manager. I always thought, Frank Lampard, you're going to be good as a TV pundit or a manager, whatever you decide to do. Yeah.
Lampard, on the other hand, always was a leader. Great stats for Chelsea.
Or Brighton.
A good personality.
Yes.
He was always going to be, he was in presenting with Sky before he got the Chelsea move. He got the Chelsea move as a manager. And now he's looking like he could leave. Do you think with Lampard, if he was to be sacked over the next few weeks at Chelsea Football Club, we're looking at this result right now, it's Leicester 1-0. If Leicester were to win this game, his job will be on the line, it's fair to say,
His job is on the line.
Right, exactly.
But because of the nature of the owner, he's not a patient guy with managers.
Abramovich can be very trigger happy, it's as simple as that. Do you think maybe after this game, if Leicester were to win this, maybe 1-0, 2-0, whatever, could he be sacked after this?
I think that Lampard won't be manager come game week 38.
Okay.
And I've said that. We've got a 50 quid bet on that, haven't we, Theo?
We do.
And that's not because I think he's a great guy. He was an exceptional player. I think he will become a good manager somewhere.
Yeah.
I just think Abramovich, given all the money he's spent, will lose faith.
My question for you, Dad, is Lampard, will he become a good manager somewhere else? Does he need a job where there's less pressure on him? Managing Chelsea Football Club, there's when you're one of the best Chelsea players from history, you did so much, you won so much. Is it difficult to go there and be the manager? Especially when you've only done it at Derby before then.
Yeah, some managers get lucky very early on, and I'm thinking, well, not lucky, Jose Mourinho,
Yeah.
He didn't have to really serve his apprenticeship. What I would look at, Theo, and read the Sam Allardyce autobiography, because back in the day, when I went to my first football game, in 1975, I was 7 years old. He was playing for Bolton Wanderers as a centre-back,
Yeah.
So he did the whole football thing. He retired, probably in his late 30s, and he hasn't got much money, because back then, footballers weren't paid a lot.
Right.
Sam Allardyce, I believe I'm right, went to Ireland, coached like a team.
He went to Ireland. He went to the Irish League.
He's like, right, I want to go into management, and I'll go wherever I can get a job. And to get a job, I think, tell me if I'm wrong, someone, I think you have to start off at Ireland. And then he worked his way up.
Yeah.
He served his apprenticeship. He became a really good man. I think Sam Allardyce is a cracking manager.
So what's the point you're trying to make?
The point I'm trying to make is he served his apprenticeship. He learned.
And Lampard went from there to there.
Yes.
He skipped levels.
Yeah. And even Rooney. Derby is, it's a medium-large club.
But Dad, couldn't you say the same for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
Yes.
Couldn't you say that against Big Sam? I mean, he's literally gone from FC Molde to Man United. And by the way, he's doing a good job at Man United. So you could argue that works against your point.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has surprised me this season.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was the man for Man United.
What a run from Harvey Barnes here. And he's getting a free kick. He's got pulled back by Havertz. But as you were saying, you've been surprised by Ole.
I've been surprised pleasantly by Ole. I didn't see this coming. I actually thought he was over-promoted.
Yeah.
Because, he's a Man United legend and everyone was calling for him because he's the baby-faced assassin. And it often doesn't work.
But
it is working at the moment. And I'm
so
delighted
why is
for
it working with him and not Lampard? What's the problem there? I feel like Ole had He made the right signings. I think the signings that Man United have made have been better. Chelsea. Bruno, twice the player that Havertz is.
Yes.
Bruno was the same price as Havertz practically.
I know.
Okay, maybe a few million in it, but quite frankly...
No.
I think Bruno was less.
Havertz cost 20 million more. 20 million
This is
more.
my point, Dad.
Yeah.
Bruno was absolutely smashing it with stats in the Portuguese league. I know it's the Portuguese league, but how many ballers have come from that league? Loads. That smash it there.
Yeah.
Go on and do bigger things. Look at Diaz. He's literally been the best centre-back in the Premier League this year, Ruben Diaz. And it's clearly a good league for picking up potential players. They've just got the camera on Timo Werner here. Not scored in the last 10 Premier League apps. But as I was saying about Havertz, his stats dropped off. Yeah. Every year he played in the Bundesliga, they were dropping off. They signed him thinking they'd get him back to what he started at Bundesliga when he first broke into the scene. It's weird. It was a weird signing, Dad, because his stats weren't that good last year.
But then, manager, you've got a director of football who should be in charge of transfers and is in charge of transfers at Chelsea. And he liaises. Then you've got a manager. You
do. It's weird with United. Although they don't have a director of football, they've still made better signings than Chelsea, who have all the layers. And actually, they signed players that the fans wanted.
Yeah, they do have a director of football. They do.
Man United?
Yeah.
They don't.
They do.
There's a position they don't have at the football club.
Right. They do have. I'm pretty sure they have a director of football.
I don't think they do. I think they're missing a gap.
Right.
And that was it. And Gary Neville was the first to say it when they weren't putting their hand in their pocket. He was the first to say we miss a level, a tier. It's what Chelsea have.
Yeah.
I just think with Lampard, if he's sacked, going back to my point, Dad.
Yeah.
Do you think he needs a downgrade, like maybe a team? does he need, not championship level, but like a lower Premier team, maybe a mid-table
Theo,
team?
he will get job offers. I
Of course
have
he
no
will.
doubt about that.
Should he go abroad? Should he go to the Serie A? Like
Okay,
Tomori?
he hasn't gone yet.
Lampard, what's the move that he needs to get back to the managerial position that, he needs to get good again as a manager?
He's not gone yet. He's not been sacked yet. He's still Chelsea manager as
That's true.
of now. If he was sacked by Roman Abramovich, which I think is looking more and more likely every week, then he will get job offers.
Okay.
And he will assess those in due course.
Interesting. Very interesting. Thogdad has put it how he wants to put it. And we'll find out if it is. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I think he's doing a great job at United, and it's great to see these club legends doing well. I've heard Koeman might be leaving Barca very soon.